frustrated because they wouldn't let you in, upset because the door didn't open. Can I tell you, God knows what He's doing. When it's time to birth your baby, all the forces of darkness cannot keep you out. There will be a place for you to shine, for you to flourish, for you to show this world what God put in you. Now quit worrying about who wouldn't let you in, why this didn't work out, it wasn't fair. You weren't supposed to be in the inn. They weren't supposed to have room for you. Your blessing is not in the inn, it's in the manger. Your increase, your favor, your abundance is. We all have things that we're waiting on, waiting for a dream to come to pass, waiting for our health to improve, waiting to meet the right person. When it's taken longer than we thought, we don't see anything changing, it's easy to get discouraged and think that it's not meant to be. But David said in Psalm 37, don't be impatient for the Lord to act. Travel steadily along His path. He will honor you and give you the land. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. What God promised you is still en route. The waiting period is simply a test. Are you going to get discouraged and quit believing? Or are you going to keep traveling steadily? Keep praying, keep thanking God, keep being your best at work, keep being good to other people. There's power in doing the right thing consistently. You're not moved by what's not changing. You consistently have a good attitude. You're not up one day and down 2 days. You're consistently in a good mood. You don't work hard for a month and then slack off the next month. You're consistently excellent. Everything may not be perfect. You're dealing with challenges, but you're not complaining. You're consistently thanking God, consistently declaring His promises, consistently expecting His favor. That's what it means to travel steadily. God never promised things would turn around instantly. It promised it would come to pass in 2 weeks. There will be a waiting period. Don't be impatient. God rewards faithful people, people that keep doing the right thing. And the only thing that's holding some people back is the consistency. What would happen if you would consistently get to work on time, consistently treat your spouse with respect, consistently exercise, or consistently put God first place? When you're consistent, you're not ruled by your feelings. Feelings will be up one day and down the next. Feelings want to tell people off. Feelings want to eat the whole gallon of ice cream. Feelings want to sit around in self-pity. Don't let those feelings run your life. You have a destiny to fulfill, an assignment for you to accomplish. You have to put your foot down and say, feelings, you are not going to control me. I'm in control. I'm going to make decisions that honor God. I'm going to do the right thing when it's hard. I'm going to go to work when I don't feel like it. I'm going to treat these people with respect, even though they don't deserve it. If you will keep traveling steadily, being consistent, you're going to see character is being developed. This is what David did. At 17 years old, he was out in the shepherd's fields, taking care of his father's sheep, just minding his own business, when he was called in to his father's house. The prophet Samuel chose him out of his 7 other brothers to become the next king of Israel. What's interesting is David didn't go to the palace that day. He didn't step into leadership. They didn't put a royal robe on him. He went back to the shepherd's fields. When God gives you a promise, there will always be a waiting period. What we do while we're waiting will determine whether the promise will come to pass. If we wait discouraged, upset, why is this taking so long? We're going to get stuck where we are. David was anointed, but he wasn't appointed. He had to go through this season of proving, a season of testing. Will you do the right thing when you're not getting your way? Will you keep serving others when you know you have more in you? David could have slacked off, taken the easy way out. Nobody was watching him in the shepherd's fields. But David understood this principle. To see promises come to pass, you have to keep traveling steadily. You have to do the right thing when nobody is watching. You have to be your best when you're not getting the credit. You have to thank God even though doors are not opening. Month after month, David kept taking care of those sheep, fighting off wild animals, making sure they were fed and protected. His father didn't invite him into the house when Samuel first came. David didn't get bitter. He didn't have a chip on his shoulder. He shook it off and kept traveling forward. His brothers made fun of him when he took them their lunch. They tried to make him feel small. David didn't take the bait. He walked away. After David defeated Goliath, King Saul was jealous and tried to kill David, chased him through the desert. It was unfair, but David didn't try to get revenge. He could have killed Saul, but he wouldn't do it. He wasn't impatient for God to act. He knew if he would keep traveling steadily, doing the right thing, God would give him the throne. 13 years after David was anointed, King Saul was killed in a battle and David became king. When God puts a promise in your heart, no matter who tries to stop you, no matter how big the giants are, no matter how unfair it is or how long it's been, if you'll just keep traveling steadily, passing the test, not bitter because people did you wrong, not giving up because it's taken a long time, not slacking off because things aren't improving, then like David, God is going to give you the land. He's going to move the wrong people out of the way. He'll give you favor to defeat giants. He'll make ways where you don't see a way. The key is don't be impatient. It may not happen as fast as you would like. While you're waiting, that's a test. David had to prove to God that he would be faithful taking care of sheep before God would trust him to take care of his people. In those times where you're doing the right thing, but nothing is improving, that's a proving season. You have to show God that you're not going to get discouraged. You're not going to give up on your dream. You're not going to let what didn't work out cause you to lose your passion, you to a new level. A while back, there was this challenge I was dealing with. It had to do with our ministry and what we were going to do in the future. I couldn't figure out how it was going to work out. I studied it and made phone calls, got other people's advice, but there was still no solution. Every time it came to my mind, it kind of bothered me. I thought, what are we going to do? I was tempted to live stressed and worried. Finally, I said, God, I'm turning this over to you. I can't make this work out my way, but I know you already have a solution. So I'm not going to live uptight. I'm going to just keep being my best, honoring you. Every time I was tempted to worry, Father, thank you that my life is in your hands. Thank you that you're making my crooked places straight. Sometimes we're frustrated because we're trying to control things that only God can control. We're trying to figure something out that there is no answer to right now. That's when we get frustrated, can't sleep at night. The good news is God doesn't ask us to figure everything out. You have to know what's your job and what's God's job. Our job is to believe. Our job is to thank God. Our job is to walk in obedience. The scripture says God will work out his plan for our lives. God's job is to work things out that we can't work out. You're not on your own. The creator of the universe is working out his plan for your life. His job is to open doors we can't open. His job is to part Red Seas. His job is to heal sick bodies. His job is to make things happen that we can't make happen. Are you frustrated because you're trying to do God's job? Take the pressure off. You don't have to make everything happen. You just have to keep traveling steadily, staying faithful, being good to people, keeping God first place. About 2 months ago, I was at the church and a staff member was passing by. He said, I meant to tell you that thing that we were working on, we figured it out. I said, what do you mean? He said, I'll show you. I went in and looked at it. It was perfect. Couldn't have been any better. Day after day, getting on the donkey, dealing with the heat, finding a place to sleep at night. God only spoke to them one time. This whole trip, 90 miles, God never said anything. Would have been much easier if the angel would have come back and said, you're doing great. Keep going to Bethlehem. You're right on track. It's easy to follow God when you hear him speaking. You have clear direction. Things are going your way. But the real test is, how do you respond when God is silent? You don't hear anything. You're doing the right thing, but it's not improving. You're being your best, but doors aren't opening. Months have gone by, maybe years, and you don't hear anything. Here's the key. Keep doing the last thing God told you to do. Keep being consistent. Keep being faithful. Joseph and Mary finally arrived at Bethlehem. I can imagine it was late at night. Mary was getting close to having the baby. Joseph walked up to the inn, the hotel. He said, Mary, wait here. I'll go arrange a room. The innkeeper said, I'm sorry, sir. We're full. We have no more room. Joseph could have thought, God, you said come to Bethlehem. You said this was your baby. Why is nothing working out? Instead, Joseph went back out, told Mary to get back on the donkey. They were tired, disappointed, uncomfortable, but they just kept traveling steadily. God rewards faithful people, people that don't give up, people that don't let a disappointment cause them to be sour, people that don't let a setback, a loss, a delay to stop their destiny. When things happen that we don't understand, our attitude should be, Father, thank you that you are working out your plan for my life. You are ordering my steps. You are opening doors that no man can shut. Thank you that you'll get me to where I'm supposed to be. Don't let a bad break, a delay, a pandemic, a person that did you wrong cause you to quit believing for your dreams and quit pursuing what God put in your heart. You are full of can-do power. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead lives in you. You are not weak, you are a warrior. Now dig your heels in and be consistent. Not just when everything is going your way, not just when there's room at the end, business is flourishing, but when the door closes, when the contract doesn't go through, when the journey is where they kept animals. Wasn't a nice hotel, didn't have a bellman out front, no room service, just a manger where the sheep rest. It wasn't what they had in mind. But God doesn't always do things the way we have planned. His ways are not our ways. If you don't stay open, you'll be frustrated because they wouldn't let you in, upset because the door didn't open. Can I tell you, God knows what He's doing. When it's time to birth your baby, all the forces of darkness cannot keep you out. There will be a place for you to shine, for you to flourish, for you to show this world what God put in you. Now quit worrying about who wouldn't let you in, why this didn't work out, it wasn't fair. You weren't supposed to be in the inn. They weren't supposed to have room for you. Your blessing is not in the inn, it's in the manger. Your increase, your favor, your abundance is not in where you've been, it's in where God is taking you. It's not in where you were left out, it's in where you're going. Now do your part and start moving forward in faith. Not bitter over disappointments, not discouraged over what didn't work out, not upset because it's taken longer. There were delays and detours. God is saying, if you'll keep traveling steadily, being faithful when nobody is noticing, doing the right thing when it's uncomfortable, not complaining because you don't see things changing, then you're going to give birth to dreams bigger than you've imagined. God's going to do uncommon, unusual, extraordinary things. The night Mary gave birth, there were shepherds out in a field. An angel appeared to them and said, I have good news. The Messiah has been born in Bethlehem. This is how you will recognize him. You will find him lying in a manger. If the innkeeper had not turned Jesus away, he wouldn't have been in the manger. The shepherds wouldn't have found him. The inn was supposed to be full. The innkeeper was supposed to not let them in. Nothing that happens to you is a surprise to God. He's ordering your steps. If the door closed, it was supposed to close. If the person walked away, they were supposed to walk away. Don't get bitter. Keep traveling steadily. Keep doing the right thing. Keep being good to people. Keep expecting.